And Jimmy Clark does a great deal to help that cause right here. Oh, shit! Oh, Jimmy Clark!
True legend. True legend.
Rozier, sophomore point guard, ball in his belly, able to hold the pivot. Clark, nice feed down low, right under the cup, bucket for Grant.
What a good pass and a good cut there. This is a really good cut. Clark finds Day Grant on the baseline.
Ties 13 lead changes, ended on a 10-5 run to claim it by 2 points. Clark, good wraparound look onto the block. Off the up fake, stripped by Smith. No possession exchange, 8 to shoot. Clark up top, up fake, 5 to shoot. 3 to shoot, deep, contested, 3 is a swish! And the stare down thereafter.
This kid has really shown a lot more offensively than I think a lot of people thought that he had.
James Scott, and a kick ball.
And the clock's winding down, and he takes a step back 3 there. Again, he had 18 points in that first game against Cleveland State. And a lot of this Duquesne team goes where Day Grant and Clark take them.
Clark hit a couple.
Team making threes, taking, as I said, almost 50% of their shots from the three-point line, but they lost their point guard, and that's what they have to make up. That was a good move. I'd say this kid's a good player. I mean, Tre Clark here really is controlling this entire game here. What a great move and a terrific finish with the left hand.
He to claim this 14-5 lead.
You said it well, John. No rhythm for the College of Charleston right now, and I really believe that's why I think that even Pat Kelsey is struggling to figure this out.
Clark beat Kilminster off the bounce badly. He is exploding. In transition, couldn't handle.
And you see Clark, this is what you call a flat-out blow-by. Yeah, but that's just not good defense. You can have all the help defense that you want.
9-0 run. Contested opposite, wide open corner three, another miss. Cougars have had several wide open looks like that.
You know, but I think that what's happening right now is that they're getting sped up, and that's why they have no, look at these guys. They need a timeout.
Hassan Drame. And Hassan tracks down that miss from Frankie Policelli.
Those two brothers really complement each other very well. One's a 4-3 and one's a 3-4.
Wow! Day-Day Grant, heat check, and he signals timeout to Pat Kelsey. And the Charleston head coach is not happy.
He should get teed for that. Bro, when you make a switch, somebody has to stay on Rain Smith.
Over 90 made threes last year, but a cut to the cup and another bucket for Clark. London had the open look, doesn't take it. Butler. Clark right on him, picks his pocket.
This guy averages 2.3 steals a game last year.
5-point game. Policelli.
I don't know about that one.
Rebound Duquesne.
Not a great shot there. I know he's a good three-point shooter, but that was not a great shot.
Oh, pretty pass. And the finish for Netchus.
I like this Netch.
Rain Smith hasn't had a lot of touches of late. Policelli lead for Burnham.
Yeah, they're doing a great job on him. Obviously, the scouting report is on point.
Burnham tumbles to the floor, tie up, they'll give a jump. Wings, it was started and sparked at the defensive end for both teams.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, they started really locking in and not giving up the transition. Now, there's an easy basket right there.
And one for Rozier. Rozier. On the bounce, Bosini draw that. Clark pops the three, got it.
I mean, that obviously is the key.
Butler on the bounce, Berzovic. Nice ball screen on a switch, not free, Duquesne ball. Clark on the sprint, right to the rack, got it.
He is fast, and when he's got you backpedaling, you're in trouble.
Second half. In succession. Clark. Rozier wide open, buries it.
This kid has played very well.
He played for Ty Streets, the Mean Streets AAU team. Clark, the takeaway, points. Duquesne has roared back. And he is not on the bench, he is recessed behind the bench right now. And the last foul to Policelli. Clark slices opposite Grant. Got it. Here. Wall loses it.
This looks like the first 10 minutes of the game again, defensively.
Clark, the nice lead. Sabrasov on the trail. Bucket.
It's really the half-court defense.
Since halftime.
Yeah, they've been terrific, but a lot of it has been because of their transition off their defense.
Oh, Fulton, who's now the primary ball handler, gives it away. Intercept in London. Disrupted.
I tell you, he's so quick, and he anticipates.
Rozier kicks Sabrasov for three. Rainbow miss, long board. Clark, shield and hit.
22 minutes. Clark running the show up top. Tries to break down Lee. Gets into the paint and pushes it up and draws the foul. Oh, he lost that halfway up and played volleyball with it, and it counts, +1.
And he finished with
this on the way up. You see it?
No, yeah, right there, yeah.
For Nebraska, and again, it comes with a mix of starters and bench. Tre Clark. Oh, what a drive by Clark to the rim. That's a big-time move.
So he can get busy.
Clark, step back three. And the answer, Tre Clark with the tray. Got a decent look, too.
Yeah, that's basically a layup.
Here's Rozier playing with 4 fouls for Duquesne. Nearly a turnover. Coleman got a fingertip on it. Clark drives inside and a foul.
How you've played so far, if you're Nebraska, this game is far from over.
There's plenty of time left and plenty of potent offensive weapons that can get going for Duquesne. One of them at the line in Tre Clark. He's been saddled with foul trouble. That's limited his effectiveness tonight. He still has 10 points. Give him 11 for Clark against Coleman. Clark, a little step through, the scoop won't go. Rebound underneath for Drame. Second chance, didn't hit the rim, and a rejection by Hoiberg. 4 to shoot. In the corner, and the 3 falls for Rozier. Off the bench again, Tominaga, tough floater, wild shot, rebounded Clark, he'll push, Duquesne on the run. Clark driving inside, throws it back out to Grant. Grant the deep 2, and here come the Dukes. Don't look now, but they've closed it again. Kane now needs a bucket. Good feet inside, and the rim rocker for Barre, and a timeout taken by head coach Keith Dambrot to Lawrence. Lawrence will try the 3. That's off. Rebound Clark. He'll start it up the floor for Duquesne. He'll go all the way to the rim. He'll lay it in. He started and he finished. And now a foul. Technical foul is going to be called on Tre Clark. That's his 5th. And he is fouled out of this game. Oh my goodness. That is the last thing you want to see if you're a fan of Duquesne. When he sat with his 49-48 Nebraska.
Let's take another look at it. It's a great play and finish.
Near the wing to Chavi Barre. Nice pass to Jimmy Clark, back door off the glass and good. And a foul in addition to that.
Out here in the East, people don't think that highly of him.
Thorner converts all 3 free throw attempts for UC Irvine. Jimmy Clark driving the lane. His shot no good, but in the corner for 3 is Hassan Drame. He had the foul that led to the 3. Who's since checked out of the game. Here's a steal for Dixon. Gets it up in front. Jimmy Clark, Euro step off the glass and in. Jimmy Clark cuts it to 7.
This last week or so, it was just perimeter shooting, and I get the big guys playing well.
Savrasov, who checked back in for 3, and from the wing, it's good. Andre Savrasov cuts it to 4. Shoot off the glass, no good. Rebounded by David Dixon. Dede Grant up the court to Rozier. Here comes Clark driving. Short jumper, and that's good. And Duquesne stretches it to 6. It's Fusini Drame. Clark back out to Rozier. From the wing for 3. That's good. And Jimmy Clark drives the lane for Duquesne. Hands off to Dixon. Dunk attempt, no good. Puts it back in. And if at first you don't succeed, do it with 2 hands.
As he could.
Dede Grant. Clark, Savrasov top of the key. That's true. 15 for Savrasov. And Duquesne's up by 11.
Duquesne. Defense, rebounding, a tough play, not being afraid of being physical, as we see. 5 and from Senegal.
Grant, another one that arcs its way off the back rim. Savrasov fighting hard for the rebound, keeps the possession alive. Clark over the head pass, quick trigger from Rozier, and that one's down. Kareem Rozier ties it up. Tipped away by Clark, and he chest passes it out to Drame. Out in front of the pack, lays it in again. Back-to-back hoops for Hassan. Straightened out.
That's modern math.
Savrasov, oh, just enough time. Good.
If they get broken down defensively, you'll know, because they're out there playing too much defense, and that's going to open the door for St. Peter's.
Up fake from Clark, and he draws the foul.
We made a big deal about that with you, about those are keys.
Question for them is, do you have him at a lot here? That was by Rutgers. We'll see how this continues to play out going into the second half, but Duquesne, 8 players in the score sheet already to get to those 29 points that they have. So the scoring has really been spread around. Entry to Drame at the 8-10 logo. Extra pass from Rozier to Fusini Drame, and that was really smooth, really pure. Drame trying to get everybody else to catch up with 10 seconds. Clark taking his time. He'll run the point here. Down to 6. Nichols trying to find someone. Clark to Hassan Drame right before the buzzer. Eyeball kick.
The A-10 last year, I guess, for all players with 40 attempts.
And right away, Duquesne gets the ball in transition off the turnover, and
all the way through, diagonally across the paint, just didn't finish.
Clark in front of his own bench, skips it over to Savrasov. Extra pass to Dixon, and the dunk. Fine feed from Savrasov. Clark, not bashful, thinks about a 3, decides to drive, use the left hand, and that's finally spinning in for him. That run with his team to the Elite 8 back in 2022. Now Grant, didn't pick him up in transition, that's a problem. Hey, Day. Matching what he's had the past 3 games.
That's really been the reason why Duquesne's been in this fight, because they've just not been as effective on the 3.
Clark might be feeling it now too, and he's fouled on the way to the basket. He was trying to hit
Herschel in the longest state in the union.
In front of him, arcing 3-pointer off the front rim, no good. Grant in transition, chest pass to Clark. He beats everybody and is fouled on the way, going up and under.
You know, a lot of work.
The basketball tournament for the Big East was at Madison Square Garden. They had a radio in 2001.
Yep.
Clark's foot. Last. Down to 13 on the shot clock. Clark from way outside, and that one is dialed up from front. Ordering the players to spread the floor and work the clock. Clark trying to break down Bland. He'll bring it back out near the half-court stripe. Gets the motor running with 9. Gets into the paint. Right-handed layup. Back-to-back baskets for Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy likes it.
speed from Clark to Mahorcic.
Yes, Mahorcic got the ball up soft on the glass.
And up and under on the other side, Jimmy Clark.
Good setup, set up a good angle to receive it, and then just a little more footwork on one more extra move, which he's so adept at.
His first bucket in this game, 3 minutes into the second half. Clark trying to take over, and he knocks down another one. Still out there for the Minutemen. Dump off here to Beret, who throws it down and gets the whistle.
Available passing. You see him with Jook, he'll come across, make the first rotation. It's the second one right there.
16 and 14 apiece.
Just don't reach at the dribbler as he did there. Just stay in front of him.
Tough assignment for Robert Davis.
Sure is.
Out to Clark, got closed out on by two players, and then Beret off the feet. He just missed it, but it's kept alive by Duquesne. Curry to Rozier, awkwardly. Now from the mid-range, that's good, and the breakdown results, and Rozier in his second bucket.
Yeah.
Full swing. Here as Duquesne coming out of the timeout, facing a 7-point deficit. They've trailed by as many as 10.
The men doing a good job, pressing a little bit, back to zone.
Deep three for Day. That doesn't go, and Cross with the rebound, swiped out from behind by Clark. Huge momentum opportunity, and I think they got a shot clock situation.
Fieldhouse, named after Chuck Cooper, the first African-American by Beret. Clark on the step back. First points for Duquesne tonight. Bucket right there. It's 13-2. The Flyers are on top here. They started 5-0. Only one basket, as you see, for Duquesne, and now it's a 7-0 run for Dayton, and they're going to try to change that, and a three in the corner.
Giving the ball to Holmes in the post right now, if they're not going to double, it's easy for him in there.
Well, Coach Dambrot told us they're not going to just go single coverage. They were going to try to mix it up and doing some double teams here early.
They'll throw some to make him think. I think they need to do that now.
Yes. Oh, nice move by Clark.
A good shot to get a great one.
Agreed, right? Brea could have put it up, but he's like, hey, let's get even better because you trust your teammates out there.
I'm not going to lie. If I'm Kobe Bryant, that is going up. A great response by Dre.
The Dayton Flyers, they've got 9 in a row. Only 2 losses on the campaign. That's their 10th turnover of the evening, but Duquesne has only got 4 points off of those 10 turnovers for the time being. Make it 7 as a three-pointer goes up and in.
Finish by the transfer from Pitt.
7 points for Santos so far in this game tonight. We'll have a timeout coming at the next whistle. Rozier gets it to the corner. To Michael. Wow, that's a 3-ball. What a night he's had.
How to defend the back screen for Dixon. They're going to run it for a lob. We got to body him off. None of that happened. Now you cut it to 6. Bring the crowd into this thing. And a turnover.
Clark scores it. Saw the dive on the floor to get the ball back to even allow that opportunity to happen.
We've said it, and I feel like a broken record. It's moments in the game, and the key moments have been made by the Flyers. Rozier, that is a must-have 3. But every time Duquesne's made a shot, country,
I agree with you.
Given his efficiency, his development, and how impactful he is to winning, which is part of the criteria of the award.
Grant feeds it over for Clark, and he knocks down a 3-ball. Clark finally gets up to Grant.
Round ball to second.
Yeah. Slow roller, and Grant hits another 3. Clark for 3. Knocks it down. You're inside Duncan and out. See what happens here on this possession. Here's Clark. Or excuse me. Yeah.
Williams at 6'7" has sneaky length.
Clark for 3. That's a big one. They needed Clark. Back to Ronski for 3. Count it. Matus.
When he goes from slow to fast, not many people are going to keep up with Xavier Brown.
Clark for 3 of the tie. He got it.
Netches slings it over to Jimmy Tre Clark, and a tray for Jimmy Tre. Somewhat similar contests in terms of game flow. They leave Clark all by himself, and he takes advantage. Oh, Jimmy likes the open look, and Barry. Oh, and then Osamvus goes to the deck with.
And it comes from a guy who's shooting under 30% on the season.
But a quick answer from Natush Ronski.
Third turnover for the Rams. The ball goes inside for Dixon. And he scores it, and we're tied at 6. So that's David Dixon.
Let's go, Duke! Hey! Let's go, Duke! Hey! Let's go,
Duke! Bronski all the way to the hole. No one.
Open, we said this has every feel like a 50-point game.
Yep, you called it. Exactly right. Here it is. Dixon inside. Count the basket and a foul. There was no place for him to go or even find an open guy. Here's Jake DeMichael, who goes to the hole for 2. He gets it back offensively, scores, count the basket.
Drop coverage defensively.
Clark hands it off, Drame. It's Drame. Oh, he hits the 3.
Boy, Hughes up to 4 fouls now, Ellis. And a steal from Jimmy Clark. All by himself. Clark, showtime! Somebody watch the dunk tournament.
There's a ton of space to create shooters in the corners.
Look at Clark, knife down the lane, kiss it off the glass, all knotted up in 2.
Won't get out there, but they'll be able to try to contain the ball, just as you saw there.
Tre Williams, nice spin move in the lane, and the soft hook goes. Rozier, open for 3, and it falls. Don't do it. We talked to Keith Damrod about it. Here's a 3 in the corner from Tre Williams, and that goes down. Oh, good look inside, and the big-time flush.
I like the dunk a lot, but I love the pocket pass.
Rozier inside to Tre Williams. Nice look. Beautiful play there by Mohorsic. Looking to make up the difference on the defensive end of the floor. Another alley-oop, and another one goes down. Estevez gets his pocket picked. Oh, and then between the legs, and Drame with the dunk on the other end. 73-58. They are stretching that lead out. Look at the pass here. Beautiful play.
Ready, set, hike, and it looks like Rhode Island extended themselves so hard to make a comeback that they just didn't.
guards being a little more patient for inside-out rhythm for this.
Clark, that's a good look inside and an easy look for Dixon.
Goes opposite the screen. He has suddenness that takes the defense by surprise. He's a tough guard.
Deep three, and that's good as Duquesne takes the lead thanks to Jimmy Clark. Jimmy Clark, number 1 for Duquesne with the ball right now. He hit a 3 last time down court. The last 2+ games, he's over 50%. There's his sidekick, Day Grant. He's got another, and this is the largest lead for Duquesne. For a late run, got him. Clark, deep 3. Offense has slowed down itself since they're up 22-14. DeMichael gets inside. Affected shot, but in. Another missed 3. They get it up. 2 seconds left. That'll count. And classy finish for the Dukes. Jimmy Clark by himself for 2. 6, 5, 4. Clark, the star for Duquesne in the first half, 10 points, 2 assists. And there's a dish inside, the 3rd slam for Dixon already. Shot fake, reverse, and a follow from Dixon. Not coaching like a normal walkthrough. He was intense, he had a lot to say, and they have carried over that intensity to the court here today. This has been their best player so far, and a big 3 there for Dixon with it, back to Clark. Penetration, and a little finger roll finish. Dixon brings it in. Netjes has a couple of 3s and an easy slam. It'll hurt you. And they also have the advantage of rest. St. Louis played a tough game last night. While Duquesne watched. Clark with the 3. He thought he was fouled. Duquesne just hit a 3, leading by 7. Clark wants another, and he's got it. It's against St. Bonaventure, and he hit 6 out of 9 threes. I feel like he hit all of those in the second half. He can get hot at any time. That's a pretty alley-oop inside. And the finish for Duquesne.
Diagram that play.
And they get the ball right back. Rozier, pull-up 3. Well short, but inside, that was like a pass. And they couldn't cash in from point-blank distance. Clark has 2 of these in the second half and go ahead and make it 3. With the entire media group last night, then we spent time with him after that, wondering what his team might have. They don't have a deep bench. That's a wonderful move inside. Best finish yet for Clark.
Shot has been so much better. Wasn't great yesterday.
Boizong had the ball taken away from him yesterday in that exact same spot. This one leads to a Dixon slam.
he could easily dunk this ball and blow kisses to the crowd. How did he know that right behind him in transition was his teammate? Dixon should buy him dinner.
Right in the Atlantic 10. They've won 7 of their last 8 heading into tonight. To Michael. Well, that was pretty. He knew right where he was going. Now Cheeks gives it right back. Dixon. Clark keeps it himself. Pretty finger roll. The Flyers 21 to shoot.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he's going with this pass. Probably looking for a pick and roll, but a careless handle. And I'm looking at the Duquesne bench, and they must be.
7 to shoot. Ray is first. Well, if he would have made that, that would have been 50% for the year. His first miss. Jimmy Clark into the bucket a couple of times. That's a wonderful look inside to Dixon.
How long do you ways rather than we're going to run our offense, we're going to run these 3 or 4 plays to make sure we target him.
Jimmy Clark sprinting down the court, gives it up to them. Just checking into the game there. Matusz Wronski into the hoop. Clinic being put on by the Dukes. The
way my back feels every day.
As their offense has been, Anthony Grant should be thrilled that they're right there. And look at the Flyer faithful on their feet. They travel really well.
Jimmy Clark says, I've heard enough of that. At any point, Clark or Grant, and that's Clark, will pull up deep and do that.
You know what I like about his shot? Watch his feet. He lands in his own footprints and holds his...
You talked about Clark. He's with the ball right now. Gets inside, gives to Mahorcic. I don't know if he saw the basket, but he got it to go.
Showing that he added a 3-point shot to his arsenal. We don't see that very often anymore.
Well, there's a 3 from the big guy on the other side, Fousseyni Drama. Again, Clark and Grant have not scored in the second half, almost at the halfway point. Clark, quick first step into the lane. There's a wide open 3 for Rozier. Tie game. That's a quick first step from Clark to the left hand. Veteran move to the basket. They watched Duquesne make more than half of their shots in the first half. It's the Flyers shooting better and out rebounding Duquesne now in the second half. Clark draws the foul from Santos. And what he does, no matter where he is playing, is make 3-pointers. Came in just under 50%, 49.7. Free throw good for Clark. You know what he's shooting tonight?
What is it?
50%.
And when he came on the scene, he was just a shooter. He's added other elements. He can put the ball on the floor a little bit, and that makes him so hard to cover. I kind of want... I worry about Holmes out there. Can they do defensive work? Can they rebound with Holmes on the perimeter?
Day Grant is the one to make it a 10. Has some space in the lane, kicks it back out. DeMichael with the runner, high off the glass. Back to a 5-point lead. Duquesne beat St. Louis last night. Quick step, and the step back. Good open look. Another 10 seconds to shoot. Jimmy Clark down to 6, fade away 3. What a 3 points to... Another lower seed getting closer to moving on to the semifinal round. Foul called, 31.4 left, and Duquesne sitting on a 6-point cushion.
If you would have told me at the beginning of the day that the highest seeds would all lose, I would have said no way. And what a beautiful delivery by Jimmy Clark. Yeah, a lot of people call him Tre Clark.
He's just inside of 70%. 2 for 2 today. Make it 3 for 3. That lead growing to 7.
Dayton
their net rating, their Ken Pom is very strong, but you hate to lose in the first.
Coming from behind in the second half, all the lower seeds today moving on into the semifinal round.
What a gutsy effort by Duquesne. They did it with toughness and defense.
When they played last month, Duquesne watched Dayton go on a knee.
It's also limited his cardio that he can do in between games. Clark was harassed, high steps in, left side for Grant for three, it's good.
And that's what they have to do, a lot of dribble. And Keith Dambrot even talked to Noah Brown, I'm going to leave them imprint on the game more than you know. How about that shot?
Grant just threw it up from the right wing. I guess he thought he knew where it was going. For three to start the ball game.
Guards in this game are very good.
Clark gets free. Clark leans in. That's a tough shot. That is a tough angle with his left hand.
Yeah, that's just bad defense, though. You can knock down the three ball. I always believe you have a chance to win games, particularly this time of year.
There's a big-time high-low. Dixon down low, kicks it out. Day Grant for three. It's good. He splashes it home from the left wing.
He's certainly different than the first one. The skip to the weak side, because again, that's just good defense when it's all bows in the post. Got it to Noah Brown.
Grant to the right sideline. Three from the corner. It's good. Rozier is able to splash it home.
And Rozier definitely is a quick shooter. That's that guy right there getting a steal.
Yep.
He does
He's the best in the Atlantic 10, and he sweeps it in on the reverse. It's an 8-point.
See Day Grant there with the skip pass. There's a nice little screen there by Dixon. The flare screen to get him open for the corner three. And that guy is unbelievable. He always has his hands, Tom.
The floor. They've had different personalities, though. Here's DeMichael. Well, the side of the backboard is not the route to go. Shot clock is at 5. Here's Clark into the paint. Clark off the glass. It's good. He switched hands as he gives a little bit of a side.
He certainly did with that nice finish. Oh, Chad Benning just Euro stepped. Tremendous finish. But again, a second shot opportunity turns into a basket for the Dukes.
Adams Woods up top for Isam Bus. Back to Adams Woods. We head toward the 6-minute mark, under 10 on the shot clock. Little dribbling display, finds Banks, shot clock at 5. Banks up top for Adams Woods. He's open for 3, no good. And the rebound is pulled down by Jimmy Clark. Realizes it. Shot clock is at 4. At least I think he realizes it. Through the defense. Heads to the hoop. Lays it in. Oh, that was too easy of a finish. Steps to his left, leaves it inside from Mahorsic. It's down low and a jam by Jimmy Clark. The winner goes on to play VCU tomorrow on CBS at 1 o'clock in the A-10 final. Jimmy Clark, his jumper is good. He got a little space. It's now 41-29.
If they can get a 3 here, man, it'll get the crowd into this game.
Well, instead, it was a Clark steal. How about this pass to Day Grant? They know where each other is. Day Grant off the glass. Body control. It's good.
Just so in sync like Montana and Rice.
Remain Duquesne basketball.
See, again, like I said, Montana to Rice. And you know what Jerry Rice would do with it? It'd be a touchdown all day long.
At all.
Got that high ball screen action, trying to exploit Benning. Good job of recovering there.
Day Grant throws it up with the shot clock. Oh, he backed it home! What did you say about lucky than good? By Day Grant.
It is. It's a game of benches every single end.
DeMichael up top. Netchus hands it off to Clark. Clark to DeMichael again. He's open for three. The little hitch, it's good. He splashed it home from the top of the circle.
And they've always been, again, this entire year, they've struggled. That's a tough shot right there.
Wow, slashed it home from the left wing. Jimmy Clark.
Continue to work that same action, trap, maybe get Clark at a disadvantage situation where he throws the ball away. Good job there, straight line drive.
And Clark will go to the free throw line. He's fouled an N1. Donna Dambrot so happy about that.
That was just great offense, the way they set it outside corner. Oh, he could not get there. The help was far too late by Adams Woods. Just no way to get there. You see him reaching, Adams Woods reaching in, and the reason why he's not in position, his hands are there. Been on fire, and he was in the corner. Great setup by Keith Dambrot.
This will be the second free throw attempt of the half. And he finishes off the three-point. They're just playing keep away right now. They get it to Grant again, and Grant to midcourt. Over to Clark. 5 on the shot clock. Down low to DeMichael, wide open. I don't think that's what St. Bonaventure wanted to do. It's
something, Tom, that hasn't been done since 1977.
Yeah, trying to get back to the A-10. Dambrot's Duquesne Dukes win it by a final score of 70-60. And for the first time since he took over, the Dukes are going to the Atlantic 10 championship game.
Made their first shot of 6 since. Now here is from Pittsburgh, the Duquesne Dukes. And outside Clark with the 3. And he's a 42. Leaping rebound by Clark.
And that's a settle. The ball doesn't move. It stays on one side of the court, and you take a long jump shot by a guy who's not a great percentage three-point shooter.
That's a Rozier 3 from the corner. Kareem Rozier. Yesterday off the bench against St. Bonaventure. Hit a 3. Comes up with a corner in the first half. Furman back in. Sets a screen. Shuga on top. Getting that shot, DeMichael is defending. He just came off the bench, deflected ball, and here come the Dukes. Their leading score with just 1 score for the team in white, VCU. And here we go. The second half is underway. They got Shuga on top, losing the ball. Turnover right there, not the way in 11. Most wins they've had in, as we've said, 62 years. It's almost unbelievable to get a handle on that. And they go inside. Great play. Up and in. Mahorcic fouled. Count it. He'll go to the line.
First of all, you have Clark tipping the ball away, and then they get good movement of the ball and good movement without the ball. You see, the defense is really spread out. It's one-on-one for Mahorcic.
Beard.
I don't remember that at NC State.
At a place where the Beard used to play. Harden played in this building for a while for the Nets. Here's Jackson. Off the Shuga. Takes it in. Tried to dish. Picked off by Clark. 10-0 run by VCU, the team with the ball right now. And approaching 11 to play. Poked away that time by Clark. Picked up by Rozier. Clark at the other end. Oh, the reverse is in. Beautiful try. Leading by 6, at one time by 18, have led most of the game. Rozier and the taller, lankier Jackson on him. Rozier hides behind the screen of Dixon. On the side, Clark maneuvers and fires. Got it! Got it! They'll review.
That was very, very close, Kevin.
My goodness, it was indeed.
There's no panic here. Is the ball still in his hand when the clock hits 0? Yes, it is.
I think it.
Here's a better look at it.
Let's go to our rules analyst, Gene Steratore, watching this game with great interest as he has all weekend long. Gene, what did you see here?
I think this one's pretty clear, Kevin. It looks like that ball is still in the hand of the shooter. When we see the zeros on the clock, they're going to overturn this one to no basket.
Closer. They've got 4:18 with which to work. Bamisile had it knocked away from behind. It was on him. Jackson. Shot clock at 12. Maneuvers through defenders. Picked up now by Luol. Clark. 2 to fire inside. It's DeMichael. Got it on the door. The winner makes the tournament. The loser goes home. Every possession, every shot, every score. Jimmy Clark went to VCU. There's a look at Donna Dambrot, the wife of Keith. And a big free throw to make it a 4-point game with 21 seconds to go. Clark again, like I said, was at VCU, Newton High School in Covington, Georgia. Second free throw perfect. He is their leading assist man and led the conference in steals and top 15 national. You're thinking about Keith and team. He's in his 7th year coaching the team. That free throw is down. Kane is going to the NCAA championship tournament.
Seed.
Day Grant and Jimmy Clark, keep an eye on both of those guys for the Dukes. Baseline runner by DeMichael. Day Grant from the corner. It's good. That's a good start for the Dukes.
You're right about that, Tom. And BYU needs to put the ball on the deck and drive it to the hole right now.
Jimmy Clark, little shake and bake from the elbow against Traore. Speed advantage and another bucket. It's 9-0 Duke.
Somebody makes a mistake, the next guy rotates, and they got to continue to play defense without fouling. And if I'm BYU, I'm trying to get downhill to create some fouls to get in the bonus as soon as possible.
Well, Jackson Robinson tried to do that, but it was stripped out of bounds off his leg. It'll be Duquesne basketball.
Jackson Robinson right here, Coach. What you're talking about, down the lane line. Yeah, but that should be BYU's ball. He had something to say to the defender after that three.
I think he did, yes.
What did he say, welcome to Omaha?
Yes, something like that. We'll paraphrase for him.
Really good deny of that backdoor cut.
Clark off the body of Khalifa. Easy bounce for DeMichael in the three.
Well, he's been solid.
He missed Dixon inside, so got a lucky bounce there outside to DeMichael.
I love DeMichael. Look at him. He's getting on the ground. He's got the headband. He's got his knees all bruised up.
He's just a freshman. Khalifa size advantage. Khalifa has it blocked away by Netchis. Off the screen, Day Grant into the paint. Oh, opposite hands.
Beautiful. That three-point line you have to fight over.
And there's the steal on the errant pass. Clark brings it up the floor, waiting. Netchis for three. Feeling it.
A 32% three-point shooter and a...
Robinson trying to answer. Too strong. Johnson with the rebound, though. And another steal.
Great anticipation by Clark.
He's the best.
Fouls be called. Excuse me.
Well, that's the third on Nell.
When they're on offense.
When they're on, yeah.
Day Grant off the curl. It's good. That's a three from the top. It's the largest lead of the...
Jackson Robinson takes the check into this game because he was the main reason why Duquesne lead in the first half wasn't insurmountable.
It's another turnover for BYU. Day Grant.
Same with Tre Ore. I thought he was impactful for BYU.
DeMichael from the corner.
Anytime, just like now.
Yep. Johnson with his 10th rebound for BYU.
Especially when you know BYU is going to be in drop coverage. So you can work the clock and you know you're going to be able to get to that mid-range in the middle third.
Robinson back in the ball game. 17 points. Yeah, partially blocked by Clark out of bounds. Back three. No good off the front of the rim. And Robinson to Johnson running the floor. High-stepping tough as he took that last step.
That's a win. That's a win for Duquesne.
He just went out with his shoulders going. He's just shrugged his shoulders.
Now with Day Grant on the bench, where do you go for offense here?
Clark, pull up Jay, and gets the roll. One goes halfway down and pops out. That one bounces.
Down shots. He's got the whole thing working right now, and they need every one of it.
Jimmy Clark with his fourth steal, and an exclamation on the finish.
And when you're struggling offensively, and you notice, with Netchis being back in the game, he struggled on their post defense there, going for a steal and was unsuccessful.
How about 40 bench points for BYU? Sweeping it as Clark. He's fouled going up, and he's going to get a couple of free throws. Goes to the line, 71%. First free throw of the day for him. They've only had 6 attempts. That's 7. DeMichael, he had Clark, he didn't see him. Dixon has Clark, he does see him and he missed it. Whistle blows late. They're going to get down.
Set up by Clark.
And the nice pass by Dixon leading his teammate. And this was a good call.
It's a good call. Sean Hall made that call. It was the right call.
Goes deep into the playbook right there and brings that one up late, especially when BYU's overplaying.
Clark made the
foul.
DeMichael takes the inbounds, finds Dixon to Clark. They're harassing Clark up top. He gets it back to DeMichael.
Looked like they were trying to trap without fouling to try to force a turnover. Now they'll play straight up.
Got a rebound.
Clark with the shot clock at 5. Knifes through the defense and finishes strong. He's got 11.
You don't need a 3. You need a quick bucket.
Shot clock on. This is an 8-0 run. Clark fadeaway jumper, tough shot. It's good. He rattles it home. They've won 5 straight. They're averaging over 87 points per game since the 1st of February. Barre against Hawkins, off the glass, powers.
simple run. And they're looking to make a run right here.
Here's Jimmy Clark assessing. He'll take the three. It's good. That's a good way to start this second half.
Lives. Fusini Drame didn't communicate that time. But I'll tell you what, Jimmy Clark is communicating with his three, capable of scoring, averaging 10 points a game.
Drame up top. Drame for three, and it's good. Boy, they're firing threes, aren't they?
Not a problem.
He's on a different planet right now.
Well, you can see how connected they are, right? They have not lost their focus.
Jimmy Clark is fouled.